I'm Andy Thompson with Yetter Farm Equipment, and I'm a regional sales manager. Well, of course, Yetter, we're known for residue management, seedbed preparation, and nutrient application. And really 2019, as difficult as it's been for all the farmers, in the spring being so wet, last fall being so wet, it's really just put a strain on that. And so what we've been working on is much the same as what we've been doing in the past, just further than that. More residue management options, whether it be for planters or before the planter pass, more seedbed preparation, and more nutrient application products. We've introduced in the last year some of the new items in each one of those, some strip till equipment, and we're continuing to work on those further. So back to 2018, with harvest being so wet last year, a lot of people didn't get a chance to do their plan A, as I call it, their normal tillage, their normal fertilization. So maybe they've been thinking about strip till, they've been interested in strip till, and so they just kind of ramped up that or give them a little bit more sense of urgency there. So certainly a lot more talks with that, a lot more people trying it. I guess you could say forced to try it because their plan A or plan B didn't work, so maybe they've moved up what they thought about doing in the next couple of years to this year. So certainly that's given a little bit more sense of urgency to getting into strip till. It's quite interesting for us, being a part of the no-till conference, the strip till conference, more geared towards farmers. Even though we're a manufacturer and we work through a dealer network, and that's why we were a part of this summit here, is because a lot of the dealers here we have relationships with. So we are encouraged to be a part of this summit here. But really, from our standpoint, even though a manufacturer are going to dealers, we work very closely with a lot of the end users, a lot of the farmers. And so being here at this conference, it's interesting to hear a little bit more about how our dealer network actually, how their thought process, how they come to some of their conclusions and things like that, and then their approach to actually selling equipment to get to the farmers. So yeah, it's kind of that middle person for us, even though they're actually our customers, to see how that operates and how we can come better in tune with that. I mean, you've heard a lot of people, social media, are talking to them, saying, we just want 2019 to be over. Let's just erase it. Let's go to 2020. Obviously, we can't do that. We've got to finish out the year, right? We've got to salvage the best that we can. And I think that really for us, the big thing is we're trying to make sure and have them maybe difficult conversations, but what can we learn from 2019? So what was our difficulties? What little successes did we have? What can we learn from that? We've been talking a lot about some of the historical data and the climate change and what they're forecasting here for the next 5, 20, 30 years. And certainly it's different. The things that we put up with this year, the last 5 years, seems like we have more rain, more higher average rainfalls anyway, larger rainfall events, larger periods of dry. So that's becoming the norm. So we have to be able to accept that and understand that and make the best that we can from that. And 2019, a very good example of that. And so it's having those conversations now. What can we learn moving forward that's going to help us in 20 and 21 and so on? A lot of times, as equipment dealers, I think that one dealer would look at the next dealer as a threat or as a competitor. And rightfully, to some extent we are. So when you have a situation like this where people are all here talking about whether their pay schedules or whatever it may be, or their market share, how they view it or whatever, it's a very open forum. And I just think it's very interesting that we can do this to this extent, where we can have so many people here and be very open books, so to speak, and share some of the things that's made them successful.